Hi, friends. Welcome back. It is so good to see you. I pray that you are doing well. This is Wednesday, October the 16th, I do believe. Yesterday, I had my 20-week anatomy scan. So let's just cut right to the chase. I need to catch up and tell you about everything. Um, this Friday I'm officially going to be 21 weeks. We are halfway there. It's just crazy, but okay, so over the last 2 weeks, um David is my husband, by the way, in case you don't know. Everybody at his work has been sick, and he was so worried about me getting sick. And I'm like, honey, I'm not gonna get sick. I take vitamins and prenatal and all this every single day. I'm not getting sick. Well, he was sick for like 9 days, and then eventually I did get sick. And this just seems to just linger. But the main thing for me is that I've just been really fatigued, tired, very hoarse, very sore throat, coughing, and it's like swallowing razor blades. My throat has just been so sore. But we're both on the mend. But man, has it just been rough this time? It's been awful. But we had a scare because I was coughing so much that I thought that I had pulled or tore a muscle right here in my lower stomach. And both of us were really upset about it. We don't have a Doppler. We have a stethoscope, so we were trying to listen in and trying to hear a baby, which is really hard to hear a baby's heartbeat with a stethoscope. But anyways, we were just really worried, and I was on the verge of going to the emergency room. The way that it happened is I was sitting on the couch, and after I had ate, and then all of a sudden, this, like, in my lower stomach, this big cramp just comes on. And I thought, okay, well, maybe my bladder's full, and I need to go to the bathroom. So I tried to get up and go to the bathroom, and I was bent over in pain and couldn't stand up straight, couldn't walk straight. Used the bathroom, then I come in here and I laid down for like, 20, 30 minutes or something like that, trying to rest and to get it better. And it didn't get better, and it went on for days. And I didn't think that it was round ligament pain, because I know what round ligament pain is. I've had that. It comes on, it hurts, it's shocking, but it doesn't last, and this was consistent. And especially with coughing, it was hard to cough or cough deep because it hurt so bad. And then I had started to feel some little pains on this side as well. Um, so I was on the verge of going to the emergency room. It was very nerve wracking, just very sick, and then this pain going on. Anyways, but I did not want to go to the emergency room because I had an appointment coming up in just a few days. I did not want to have a premature ultrasound done and then turn around and have the anatomy scan done just a few days later. And all of my doctors have been so respectful and so good to me, as far as, like, checking my cervix and things like that, or using any kind of clamps or anything to make me bleed, or, to cause any kind of panic or anything like that. They've just been very precautious with me, as they should, but I really appreciate that. So, anyways, I was like, if I could just tough it out. So it was like, I just really had to exercise my faith and not let fear consume me, and just to trust in the Lord. But yeah, there were some tears cried, because I was just like, we've come so far, so far for something to happen now. But I just have to have that mindset of, even if, Lord, I'm not in control, you are, and I am going to trust you. So, also, in the midst of all of this, David's work hours have been cut back. Everybody's has. Um, Instead of getting 40 plus hours a week, he's now cut back to 30, 32. So there's been some stress with that as well, because now my sweetie has to go and find a new place of employment. And even though he's went to school for many different things and trades and stuff like that, uh, he just, you know how that is. It's just, where do we go from here? But it's going to be okay, because this is why we live below our means. This is why we live very frugal. We don't go out to eat, rarely. Um, and this is why we do the things that we do, so we can stash back cash. And I think it's Dave Ramsey that says, live like nobody else does, so one day you can live like nobody else does. And so it's gonna be okay. God, he will stretch us, and in the moment it's very uncomfortable, with these growing pains, but ultimately he is just transitioning us and position and putting us in a position where we're going to be better off than we were before, and he's going to lead and guide us. And so we just have to trust in him. But during the process, it's just not always easy. It's just not always fun. But God does have good plans for us. And you guys know that I am so frugal. Like, I will find the discount, I will find the bargain. And then you really just have to evaluate, well, what is actually important? What do you actually need? I think about my grandmother. She had 7 children. His grandmother had 8 children. They lived in, I don't want to say shack because I think that's disrespectful, but I mean, it's just a hand built wooden house, a small one, with no electricity and no running water. And she had all them children, very hardcore mountain life. And David said that she literally had a baby and then she got up like 20 minutes later and made everybody breakfast. Like, I'm definitely not that hardcore, so don't be setting any kind of expectations like that on me. You better back off. But, anyways, all I'm saying is that, do you think that they had a Docatot? Do you think that they had a Snuggle Me Organic or a Duna or any of these things? No, they didn't have any of those things. So, I just really have to evaluate, well, what's important? What do I actually even need? I'm going back through my baby registry, and, just looking to see, what do I need? What do I want? And can I find this on Marketplace for a better price and stuff? So don't worry, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. But anyways, all of that was going on. Let's get back to it. So, in the midst of that, but we went to the doctor's appointment yesterday, and we were definitely ready for it. My poor husband, he was not sleeping because I was up coughing all night, and he was just so worried about me and the baby. But we went into my regular doctor's appointment, my high risk, and I got to see 2 different doctors this time, which I'm very thankful for, because my last doctors, I did not enjoy that. I didn't like them. I told you that. This time it was so much better, and I thank God for that. And we just talked about different things. We checked baby's heart rate. It was 147. So, we did that, and then we talked about, the pain that was in my side, and it is round ligament pain. Thank God it has gotten better too. Things are stretching, and during this period, I am going to be going through a large growth spurt. Baby's putting on fat and all of that, and I feel myself getting larger as well. So that's normal. We talked about some other things, personal things, but we also talked about, like, the shot that I take every single day, because that's challenging. I mean, anybody that takes an injection every day, not just for pregnancy, but for blood thinner or for diabetes or any other health issues, it's just not fun having a needle stuck in you every single day. And this one, it has like sodium in it, and it burns, and sometimes it's like a level 10 bee sting, excruciating, and sometimes you hit things and you bleed. And like, if you look at my belly, which I'm all bruised up, but it's going to be okay. I did find out that that injection, it does not go through the placenta. It does not go to the baby. That is for my protection, because you know, if you're here, that, you know, I've had health issues. I have a blood clotting disorder. My husband, he has the exact same blood clotting disorder. We both have the MTHFR mutation gene, and I have a large family history of blood clots, strokes, heart attacks, all of that. So I'm high risk. So I do take that injection. Also, I found out that an aspirin does not act as like a coagulant, or however I would explain that, as a blood thinner. The aspirin is actually to prevent preeclampsia during pregnancy, which I've never had issues with my blood pressure, and I do check my blood pressure on a regular basis, not because they tell me to, just because I want to. David's mother had preeclampsia with him. It's very serious, can be very dangerous. My mother had pre-diabetes, or gestational diabetes with me. So I've already been tested once for that. It came back negative. I'll have another test done, I think at 28 weeks for that, or at some point coming up soon. So anyways, just trying to keep an eye on that, you know, my sugar intake and everything. But okay, but anyways, back to the appointment. We talked about so many different things, and I talked about that I had talked to the pharmacist and called the nurse's line, and I had been taking some medications, acetaminophen, and what is the other one? Dex or something other, that was safe for pregnancy, and, you know, that was okay. I don't know, just everything went well, and then I went to get some more blood work done. I'm not really sure what all that includes, but for somebody that hates needles, like, I cannot. David gives me that shot every day, but I have to put my arm out and close my eyes and just look away, and they're always like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I can't look at it." So anyways, I got my blood work done there. Everything went well. We checked baby's heartbeat. Very pleasant. I had gained 2 more pounds, just 2 pounds, just a little over 2 pounds, which was good. David was worried about me when he would look at me, make sure that, you know, he was feeding me good and I was eating good, and that I was continuing to gain weight and taking care of the baby. He's like, "You know, you really haven't had any weird or crazy pregnancy cravings or anything like that, have you?" And, you know, I've had some cravings here and there, but I don't always give in to every single craving. You know, I do try to discipline myself. But one of the main things is carrots. And I'm like, this baby, oh, please, Lord, let him have good eyesight. Vitamin A, because I love carrots, baby carrots. I could just sit and munch on carrots all the time. But, and tater tots. Tater tots that you put in the air fryer. I love tater tots too. But anyways, so after that appointment, we went upstairs for the first time to the high rock doctors. You got high risk, and then you got high rock. So I went up to see them for my anatomy scan. That took a long time. It was kind of awkward and weird, and we met some very interesting people. We won't go into all of that. But David's face was red, and he did a really good job. He made it through that without getting really upset, but it was just, anyways, we're not going into that, but there's some interesting people in that waiting room that we got to communicate with. But anyways, we went back for the anatomy scan. I love the sonographer. She was wonderful. And guys, it was just so very surreal seeing that baby on the screen and just confirming that this is real and that everything is okay, because everything went really well. At this point, he is measuring, he weighs 11 ounces, which they said that is good. His heart rate's good. We got to hear it on the screen. They measured all kinds of different things, and everything, it went really well. Let me show you. Let me show you the little feller. Oh, isn't that crazy? That's crazy. And he was so active that she was a little bit frustrated because that baby, he would not calm down. He was so active, putting his arms up and kicking his legs and moving and all of that. But it was just so very surreal seeing that, you know, and I have felt the flutters and the butterflies and him moving and stuff like that. They said that you'll start feeling like the punches, like a full-on kick around like 26 weeks, and I guess you start, you know, counting punches and kicks from there. But anyways, I feel the little booger moving around, and I've got little pictures of feet and legs and stuff, and this one's hilarious. She did that. They confirmed, it's little Peter, that it's a boy. That he is a boy, for sure. But yeah, everything looks really good. But I am gonna go back in 3 weeks, because, you know, which this is a very normal thing at like 22 weeks or 20 something weeks. Sometimes you can't fully count things or see things completely, or if the baby's like really active like he was with me. They tell you a lot of times if you can actually put your scan off until like 22 weeks, you'll prevent this from happening and from having to come back and do some more scanning, which I don't mind. I'm going to get to see baby again in 3 weeks, so I'm not really worried about it. Then I go back and see the other doctor in 4 weeks, so I couldn't coordinate those. Going to the doctor for me is a 2-hour drive. It's kind of a big deal, you know, but that's okay. That's okay. My sweetie has been taking off and driving me and going with me, and so yeah, everything, it's good right now. I just God has been so merciful, so faithful, and so good. And I can just see him and everything. It's like everywhere I look, there's God. There is so many people who have prayed for me and prayed for this baby, and I will just forever be grateful for you. You just won't believe the amount of prayers that I have received, and just, you know, everybody has been so good to me. I'm just like beyond thankful. And yeah, God is faithful, and that's all I know to say, that, you know, everything's okay. I am going to show you some things that I have picked up. Oh my goodness, I have got the most beautiful changing table with a dresser and different things that I want to share with you that's coming up. But I don't know. I'm just taking it one day at a time. This is just all very new. And a lot of times I think, I'm just not going to, you know, make videos anymore or do this or that. And then I get kind of creeped out thinking about who's on the other side of the screen and watching, you know, and wishing me harm, and hoping bad things happen to me and just, you know, and all of that. But then I get messages from you, and I get cards from you, and, you know, Jennifer or whoever, Michelle and Kathy, and, you know, you guys just give me the encouragement that I need just to keep going. And I'm like, okay, wow, you know, people actually really do care about baby. They really are praying for me and baby and for David and Elizabeth. You know, love you. There's just so many people, and I'm just so very appreciative. But now I'm going to be starting to ramble. So let me just end the video here. I have got to run out because I have got to get some more medicine. But I think that that's all that I need to tell you for right now. But the Lord willing, we'll pick back up and do some stuff very soon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Yeah, it's just very surreal. I did get a little bitty clip of baby on the screen. David did that for me. I'm not gonna complain, but I can't watch that itty bitty little clip. It's like 5 seconds without just getting very emotional. You know, when something's harder for you, or it takes longer, you just appreciate it so much more. And this little feller, he's gonna be so loved. It's gonna be so loved. It's just very surreal, you know? And just very thankful. But anyways, I love you. I pray that you are still fighting that good fight of faith, and the Lord willing, I'll see you very soon. Bye.